Welcome back to another 3 Bourbon Years. This week, we are having an open discussion around bottles that we are stashing.
And should you stock bottles or should you pop every single bottle that you buy? There's a lot of controversy about this on the internet and people kind of dunking on other people who take pictures of their shelves that have a bunch of unopened bottles and saying, hey look, a bunch of museum pieces again, right? Like that person's not drinking any of their whiskey. Is that legitimate? Should you do that? Should you not do that? We're gonna kind of talk about that. We're gonna show you some of the bottles that we are saving for maybe special occasions, right? Or for, you know, just a different time, right? That we don't feel like popping right now because maybe it's so rare we've never seen another one of them again, and kind of our opinion on the whole topic.
And we can even bring up some bigger bottles that we have open that, you know,
we're going to show you some
people probably wouldn't have, but we were like, no, you know what, we want to try it.
Yeah. So we're going to show you some rare whiskey that we own too, I think, between those four.
Yeah,
too,
so this will be probably a little lengthier episode than, you know, we normally do, but hope you guys stick around and check it out. Some good discussion.
Yeah, and the first thing I'll say is I think a lot of people give other stashers guff because they see in a photo a lot of bottles, but it's like, you don't know what that guy's drinking. He might have like 3 opened, but he happened to stumble upon 15 more that are just stashed, and he bought them all. And he bought them all. So like, I'm in the camp so far of like, this is America. Do what you want.
Do what you want to do.
Grab your bottles, stash them. I get it. You know,
there's one thing I don't like though, and it's the damn scalping people. I still to this day think scalping should be a crime. Like people should go to prison for buying a bottle and like trying to sell it on. I mean, I don't even know if you can do that on eBay, but Pokemon cards, whatever else, Xboxes.
I think that the problem is the buyers, right? Like if you're so desperate that you're willing to pay
that is true
for an old RIP 10.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, that really is.
Who would do that?
Yeah,
who would do that? But if there's those people out there, that's the problem, right? It's not the people who are selling it. I think it's more of an issue.
The demand,
the desperation of the people that are out there looking for it, right? Like if you got to have some self-control and say, man, I'm not gonna spend $350 today on this whiskey. I'm gonna say no, and if we all said no collectively, then that person wouldn't be selling it for $350.
It's economics. It's economics. The secondary market collapses.
Right. It's
with with fruit bat and everything.
Logistics.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm gonna show the first bottle that I have
that you're
I haven't
saving
opened yet, that I've had for I think like 2 years now.
Okay.
And it's something that I haven't opened yet. Maybe when I have my like first child or something, we'll go ahead and pop it.
I've never even seen this outside of you having one.
So this is Jack Daniel's special release barrel proof rye,
and it's
2020
from
edition.
2020, yeah.
From 2020. So I've had it for a couple of years now, and I haven't opened it. I'm saving it for a special occasion. My particular bottle is 130 proof. 65% alcohol exactly. I've heard amazing things about it. I've never had an opportunity to try it in a bar or anything like that.
No,
never even seen it.
It's really all the hype is just coming from YouTube and like the Bourbon Junkies channels like that that I've seen that I've just been obsessed with it.
130 proof.
Right? 130
Dragon's
proof rye.
Breath, right? So
I love that it's bottle number BPR 27525.
Right.
Like that's so
feels
awesome.
very exclusive.
Didn't you say you can like look it up and like register your number
register
and
your
stuff?
bottle.
You can find its parents.
It's like a car.
So I actually won this
number.
bottle.
Yeah.
I got lucky and won this bottle in a raffle a couple years ago. Stark's Sports Shop in Prairie du Chien. Got lucky and won it there.
Awesome.
Yep, it was awesome. So yeah, huge shout out to them. But yeah, so this is one of those bottles that for me, it's very special. It was our first time at a bourbon raffle ever.
Yeah, and you hit big.
And I had a big hit, so it's got some sentimental value there. And also, like you said, I've never seen this bottle anywhere, ever, right? So yeah, I might hold on to it for a little while, and I might wait for the right time for me to open it. I don't think that there's any problem with that personally.
But see, here's the thing is so to like bring it into discussion, this is a bottle that you intend to open.
Yes.
At some point.
No secondary
But since
sales
it's like a 2022 special release, you want to save it for like a special occasion down the road.
Right.
It's not like you're stocking it on your shelf, waiting for the price to just skyrocket, and then you're gonna like try to sell it. And,
right. Yeah.
You know, trade it for some crazy astronomical value.
I think the assumption on this is that we're not trying to sell any bottles on secondary. Like everything that we buy for the most part is either going to be for trade purposes, like we might trade for an equivalent bottle, or we're planning on opening it at some point. Like we are whiskey drinkers, we're not flippers. So Yeah.
Let's be honest, like the amount of time and effort to flip a bottle like this, you're not gonna make any money. Like
it's like doing things on eBay,
yes,
right? It's like the same thing. And in the end of the day, unless you're doing it as like a full-time business, it's not really worth it. So, but that's my one bottle that I have that I'm keeping. I mean, I have a couple others at home, a Colonel Taylor barrel proof that I haven't opened yet.
Another
things like
got
that.
one of these that we're gonna show soon.
Got another one of those.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this is my
Maybe
one
I'll
bottle
show this
that
one
I've decided to stash. So
yeah.
All right, Mitch.
Why don't we show this one next? So
Heartbreaker.
This one is not anything too crazy. A lot of you are probably familiar with it. It's the Remus 5, not the Remus 6. This is the one that made us fall in love with Repeal Reserve, as did the whole world. Everyone was obsessed with 5. Yep. It's got some of the craziest aged whiskey I've ever seen in
a blend, right?
It's a crazy blend with like, I think the youngest is like a 12-year, or maybe there's a little 8-year in it, but it's very small.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you got 2005, 6, 8 bourbon in here. Like, 2005, 8th grade. We were in 8th grade when this. It's pretty cool. Like,
that ages us a bit, but yeah, it's all right.
But yeah, no, this one is special. Like I said, this is the one. Like, Taylor and I both have one. Just
why
because.
Why are you saving it? Yeah, like.
So I'm not gonna lie, I really want to open this bottle because this was one of like the first big ones that we bought, and we pounded it, and I want to see how it compares to some of the stuff now that we've like evolved. However, I know this is a special bottle. I think in order to get a 5 now, you're paying upwards of like $300, which is annoying. So this is just special. This I'll probably, you know, the excitement is like opening this like 10 years down the line and going, this thing is old, man. So I mean, this was like big. Yeah. This was big when we first got into this hobby. And like, I'm curious to see I mean, I'm already excited to do it after a year or like 2 years of drinking whiskey. Imagine in like 10.
And I had that excitement with the 6, and I still have it unopened at home. And I'm
with the 6.
It's just a bummer.
So it became more of a trade piece, maybe.
Yeah.
Because someone out there might really enjoy 6. Right?
Yeah.
So again, like
some people did
bottles that we don't open because like someone might really enjoy it. We might not enjoy it as much, so why not?
And we
give it
know
to the
we
person?
did it. Yeah.
Why not give it to the person who likes it, and then in return get something that we enjoy too? So there's another reason.
It's a win-win. That's nothing but a win-win.
Yeah. I have 2 Henry McKennas at home. I don't like them.
Yeah, someone would appreciate them.
You might.
Would you like to trade?
Would you like to trade a
Let us know.
for you? But yeah, so this one, it isn't too crazy, but it's like, it holds sentimental value for me, and I just picture like 10 years from now, just busting this out and going, man, I remember when we first got this thing. And
it's absolutely bunker worthy.
Yeah.
I think, Whiskey Tornado, that guy always, his whole scale is it bunker worthy?
Bunker worthy, that's funny.
So like the whole concept of a bunker, right, is that you buy a stock of them to keep them around for later years. So that
tuna,
is
spam.
Exactly.
So you could drink
Remus
one,
tuna, spam, Remus
you could
5.
save one, and then you could store one, right?
Exactly.
So you got your spare.
Rock one, stock one.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Do you want to do this one next?
Yeah. You gotta save the crazy one for last.
So this is Ethan's bottle.
Yeah. Weller Foolproof.
Just a good old.
We all know it.
Weller.
We love it.
We all love it.
We covet it. We search for it.
So the best Weller.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, hands down.
Of the group. Here's the thing. Foolproof, right? So higher proof.
Impossible to find.
The Buffalo Trace mash bill, right? This to me is there's some schmutz floating around there.
I saw that.
Tainted bottle.
I only have one of these right now.
And it was one of the finds of a lifetime.
It was one of the finds of a lifetime.
I think us as a group only had 2.
I have 2.
He's got 2.
you.
I have
I got
one.
lucky.
I've drank 2 of these at my brother's, and I know how good they are. So therefore, I'm like,
I'm gonna hold on to it. You haven't been able to. You're not gonna find these every day.
Yes.
Right? Like, that's the thing. Like I got lucky. I got luckier than ever to find 2 of them, and so like I have an unopened one, and that one's gonna stay unopened for a long time. Like I'm lucky enough to be able to drink one, but
if I get 2, I'm opening one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, this is an interesting discussion. So I wanna open this up.
By the way, we did review this.
Yes, check it out on our channel. So you get your hands on a really rare whiskey. Let's Elmer. Okay, so you get an Elmer Tea Lee. You get an Elmer. Now, unlike us, you haven't tried it yet. Okay, do you open it? What do you do with it?
I haven't.
You put it.
I'd trade it for this.
Here's the thing: is you're gonna put it on your shelf and you're gonna stare at it and admire it for at least like 2-3 months.
It's a trophy piece.
That is a guarantee. You're not gonna drink it. You're not gonna sell it. You're gonna just admire its presence.
Also have one of those if you want to trade.
That's true. And you're gonna admire it, but then you hit that 3-month period, and what do? You're like, yeah, you know, like I want to try it.
Yeah.
Do you try to go to a bar and do you know what I mean? Like, I think if you have a bottle and it's very hard to get, I think you need to try to go to a bar before you pop it, because if you like it, then you can open your own.
For sure.
And if you don't, then you can trade it.
Absolutely.
Do not.
Let's keep it in circulation, right? Let's get it. If you don't want it, get it out.
And get it local. Sell it local to someone who wants it.
Don't be a bastard and sell it for some ungodly price. Get on there, be reasonable. You'll figure it out. You can probably just do a trade for a bottle of equivalent, like, secondary price.
Another discussion point here, since we're in the spirit of this. I'm going to talk about your most recent experience trading.
All right.
And that effort. I'm not going
to
bleep this out, but when you're trading bourbon, stop bringing value on secondary markets into play with your discussion. The value should be, what do you have that I want? What do I have that you want?
Sure.
Is it worth the trade?
The value to you is different than the value to me.
Exactly.
If it's a bottle that I want, this might be worth $400, $500 in secondary, right? But like, to me, it's not worth that much, right? But I might have a bottle.
This is worth $56 or whatever.
Exactly.
You have a bottle that's of equivalent rarity.
Yes.
It's also very hard to find. And the person who wants to trade for it wants it as bad as you want that Weller.
Yeah, so just to reiterate.
So it should be a 1-for-1 trade.
Mitch was trading with a gentleman who immediately got into the economics of each bottle. And Mitch...
It became overcomplicated.
We were
trying to like iron out like, okay, I need to throw in a little thing here and a little thing.
Well, he's just saying like, well, no, I have $600 in value and you only have $400. Like, how is this fair? Really, it's like...
Yeah.
Okay. 10 Eagle Rares is not worth a pappy.
Exactly.
It's not.
Right? So
the price may
equal
on
out to
paper,
it,
if you write it down, it's gonna go, all right, that checks out.
Yes.
But the guy with the pappy does not want 10 Eagle Rares.
There's so many variables that you have to consider, and it's just not worth getting into price. So it's like, what do you like? What do you prefer more? There are people out there 100%, and this is their prerogative, right? Like they enjoy an Elmer T. Lee more than they would enjoy a Weller Full Bourbon.
Yeah, exactly. Those people exist, and that's completely fine with me.
That we don't agree with that.
No.
We think that Elmer is not even on the same level as this.
No.
But if someone enjoys Elmer T. Lee, that's their thing, right? So like they will trade an Elmer T. Lee for one of these bottles, or vice versa, right?
And to me, a 1-for-1 trade that way would be fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would definitely think
value-wise, right? If we're talking price,
this is probably the same price, right? I mean, I would value this more. Obviously, you just mentioned that, but like at the same time, if that person may value Elmer more,
so you would value
like you
more,
said,
right? Yeah. So it's all about personal value.
Yeah, but there's so many like layers to this, like regionality, right? Like on our YouTube comments, we get a lot of people like, I never see that on the East Coast, or I always see that down in Texas.
Down here, we get it for $20.
Yes.
You guys get it for 40. What the?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll say we have a really nice flow of Colonel Taylors coming in right now, right?
Yeah. We do.
We know a lot of individuals with the channel and just friends that like have never seen a Colonel Taylor.
Right.
So for us, if someone has a Weller, we might say, hey, we'll give you a Colonel Taylor, or maybe a Colonel Taylor and
something else,
an Eagle Rare, or to get that trade going. Versus like, well, Colonel Taylor retails for $55, Eagle Rare is like $30. That's more than
you're only
at
$90.
Like no, that's not what we're talking about here.
It's not all about secondary.
It's not about
and
it's not about MSRP or secondary.
That trade, the guy I ended up trading with, we ended up coming to an agreement and pulling back all of this crap that we were doing, and came to a good agreement, and I think it was fair.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
but it's going into that mindset of like,
it's just go into it more casually. I think people, it's like when you're trying to do a garage sale, people tend to like assign higher value to their own stuff because there's like memories and stuff behind it.
That's true.
And you have to like pull that out and just be like, what is this actually worth to the common buyer?
And again, the moral of the story is, don't go into a trade going, my Weller's worth this, your thing is worth that. Therefore, no, it's
go. Am I willing to give this up to that for that? Am I willing to do that? Do I feel happy? Yes. All right, let's do it. I don't care.
And by the way, go off of what's in your region.
Right. I also think like you gotta think a lot of guys out there too, like they're so, like, if you're looking for only secondary prices like that seems like a reseller to me. Right, like
it's a Jordan sneaker reseller.
Yeah, like if I'm like a bourbon fan and I know what I like, I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna trade away maybe more expensive bottles on secondary for that bottle if I like it a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like I'll give away 3 Eagle Rares for a couple Colonel Taylors.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Right? Like even though on secondary an Eagle Rare for some reason is $80-$90.
But also build that relationship. Like, again, the guy messaging Mitch didn't know he's a bourbonier, right? He doesn't know there's this armada of
hopefully he doesn't
bourbon.
Watch his video.
Yeah.
Because
but I'm
ain't never gonna trade with Mitch again.
I did tell him about it.
He doesn't know the he doesn't know the bottles and the amount of volume behind this guy. So establish that relationship. If he would have gotten tight with you, it's like imagine what else that guy could have scored off of us through trade. But he decided to go like the hard route.
I mean, it did end on a somewhat better note.
Yeah, no, I
get
it.
So I think we're on a good note. He did also like tell me like a store was offering like a crazy bottle, and he hit me up, and I was like, "Thanks, man, I appreciate it." So I think maybe he kind of knew there was a little clashing, and he's trying
in general
to amend
though.
it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, just
you don't know who it is.
In life in general, don't burn bridges. Just be a nice person. Just don't do it.
We know a guy that has, by the way, bought a barrel of this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And there's people that are trading. It's like that. The individual who has a barrel of this ended up selling, I think, upwards of 12 bottles of this to that one guy that inquired about it because he built a good rapport.
Yeah.
And the guy was spending like $300 a bottle on it.
Oh, dude.
So it was. I don't know if it was 300, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of money.
Anyways, final hitter of this discussion.
This is a crazy. This is pretty crazy.
We've been saving this for a long time. I'm gonna let Mitch take the stage.
This is Mitch's bottle.
I wouldn't even say it's my bottle. I really like.
This might be the craziest bottle in Bourbonier's.
Probably the best bottle
in the Bourbonier's library.
I don't even know how to explain this bottle. Was one of the crazier things that I have had happen. Like when we first got into this, I was so. Do you want to show it first, or should I just tell the story? Anyway, so I was first getting into whiskey, and I was talking to my parents, and I was just over there, and we were BSing, and we were just starting, and Eagle Rare was the holy grail of whiskey, which I think is like the perfect starting point because it's actually attainable. Anyway, and so I told them, like, if you're at the store, see if they've got an Eagle Rare or something, and my dad goes, huh, Eagle Rare, that sounds familiar. And he came upstairs with this puppy, and I nearly pooped my trousers. He got this as a gift for his doctorate degree.
In what year?
In, God, I want to say like 80 something, 86. And if you look, the bottle, so it's an unopened bottle of Eagle Rare 101. And I don't want to rip the tag on it. It's a little tight fit. And we have the original glasses too for it.
So awesome. It is awesome. This is Knob Creek packaging before Knob Creek.
It is. It still has the old school tag on it. It's bottle number 774.
It's got the Wisconsin, the old like liquor seal tax stamp that they used to put on bottles.
And the bottle, let me see here.
So awesome.
82. This bottle was bottled
in 82.
In 82.
And it was 10 years old.
And so this is 10 years old.
That means it was put into a barrel in 1972.
This was put in a barrel in 1972.
My God.
And it's
Eagle Rare. It's like 4 years old.
It's 101 proof, so it's not made anymore. This is like a one-of-a-kind collector's item at this point. And
he mint condition, S tier, so very S tier.
He literally comes out and he goes, "Yeah, check it out." I'm like, what is this? He's like, "Yeah, you want it?"
We need to take this
Yes, please.
Roadshow.
We do.
Yeah,
what you've got here is something really special.
Even cool. It's got like the old school tag and stuff, and So
tell me out there, right? Who out there is gonna just buy this, grab it, pop it open like it's nothing, right? Like,
If you do, you're a dick.
This is so sentimental to you because not only is it like a family heirloom.
It is a family heirloom, and it's a whiskey family heirloom.
But like what?
It was meant to be.
We're into the hobby at this point, and this is something that like we cannot just open and try like on a whim, right? Like it has to be.
I don't know if I'll ever open this bottle. Seriously, like
I don't know.
What if we reach 100,000 subscribers? If we ever reach 100,000 subs, we gotta open this because we could just buy one at that point with some revenue.
I may actually agree.
We may have to buy another one and save this one.
And I guarantee at some point if we get to like 900 some thousand or 100,000, if we get to 999 or whatever, someone's gonna like comment with just a like GIF video of me saying like 100,000.
We will drink it in these glasses right here.
It's like holding a piece of history.
It is. It's so. This fits in with the kind of discussion we were going through today of like, right? Like I think a lot of people would agree, given what happened in the circumstances and my dad and like everything behind it, that this is a bottle you store. This isn't something you just find and you're like, oh, let's pop her open and try it. I mean, I bet it'll be really good. It's Eagle Rare. It's 101.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
If this is all the same mash bill as Eagle Rare today.
It is.
I think this just reiterates that everything in bourbon is circumstantial.
Yes.
Right? Like the bottle that you find, like, yeah, good for you. You found 4 Weller full proofs this year and you can open them all. Excellent. But that might not be the same for the next guy, right? So if you're out there commenting on Dan the Bourbon Man's post or anything like that, just remember,
I'm getting off camera for a second.
Everything is circumstantial.
Keep talking, Tate.
Yeah, well, I'll say the last thing too is like, it's circumstantial, but also like, what is the reason that we got into bourbon? We can collect, right? That's the fun part of it.
We got into it to taste the whiskey and drink it, right?
To taste the whiskey, but like, what is the deeper meaning of like, we got into it because it brings us together, like the 3 bourbon years.
Yeah.
This is our minimal time and hobby. Pretty cool. As we get older, kid on the way, married, someday kids probably. What brings us together, right? Mm-hmm. Bourbon, and that's the cool part. So drink it how you want to drink it. Enjoy it how you want to enjoy it. Don't be a dick and fucking
and beep that out.
Don't be a dick
and completely just
don't judge people off of what they're doing, right? Like just do what you got to do. Yeah. Do what you want to do with your bourbon.
As long as you want 12 of them and just stash them.
As long as you're not like a secondary reseller, like, you know, then we're cool with it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not allowed to price gouge, and otherwise I'm sorry, I just do not like those people. Yeah. They ruin hobbies, and it's just bad.
Yeah. Well, this video went way off the rails.
No, that's how. Yeah, no, this was.
What are you stashing?
Yeah, no, I'm curious as to like, what do you guys think about this whole topic of like pop it or stash it? Like, do you think, you know, you should open a majority of your bottles, or, you know, like I think us, the Bourboneers in general, think there are certain ones that we value to stash because they're like limited releases that are special to us versus like, you know, just a Pappy. All right, it's a Pappy. You can get another Pappy at some point. Like, let's pop it, let's open it, let's try it. Like we're going to talk about some of the bottles we opened. We opened a Stag, we opened Old Rip,
High West, Prisoner,
Midwinter Night's Dream, Encore. You know, like we've opened some stuff on the channel. We've opened Weller Full Proofs. We opened an Elmer. You know, we've opened
all the High West.
Yeah, everything. So I think there's value in like sharing a bond with people and like drinking some rare stuff together, not just stashing it all. But you know, I'm curious to hear what you guys think. You know, should you open a lot of bottles or not?
Should you open everything? Or should you stock
because bottles are worth more when they're not opened.
Yeah. Are you cool?
Why are you buying them in the first place? That's the question.
Are you cool with stashing something, or do you just pop it every time, no matter what?
Right.
What do you think you should do?
Yeah. I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you think about this like different style of video. Yeah. If you like the discussion, may do something similar in the future. We'll see. Otherwise. Stay tuned for our next videos. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, on Instagram.
Twitter?
On
we have a Twitter.
On Xanga. on what is MySpace? Follow us on MySpace, whatever.
All for one and one for all.
Cheers.
Cheers.